Pieter-Steph.
Yeah, it's long overdue. It's going to be, there's no pressure on him. I mean, he hasn't played since March, the middle of March, March the 6th or whatever it was.
29th of February.
In the February 2020. So, but I mean, the way he's just a freak. The way he trained, the way he's come back off that injury. Asked Kitsy, training is amazing. So it's a great boost for us. But just want to take the pressure off him. You don't have to expect him to be produce World Player of the Year or play for 80 minutes tomorrow. Just let's get him back on the field, and he'll get better and better from there. But he's made an impressive return to training.
No, but you talk about that. Stephen was talking about excitement, and you've spoken about excitement. But at the same time, once the competition starts, there's going to be like massive pressure because you're only playing a 6-game competition. So it's almost like you forget about, in the old days, like 2 weeks before the end of the season, one team's on a knockout footing. You're almost on a knockout footing in a way from the beginning of this competition, aren't you? I mean, you've got to win every game, really.
Yeah, that's spot on, Gavin. That was. I know it was during a different time in the pandemic and different time of year and different sort of meteorological conditions. But I think we had that sort of feeling around the back end of the Currie Cup, didn't we? Where teams was petrified to lose, and I think it manifested in the style of rugby. And certainly, we felt the weight on us. And I hope we don't go the same way in this competition because it is that. I mean, it is a game. You want to literally win every game. I mean, it's going to be an interesting experiment because you're going away from the formula of perhaps having 1 or 2 easier games. This week in, week out, Springbok Prover, it's going to be a pleased at the resting week for these guys, but I think it's going to be very intense. I hope it reflects in the right way, Gavin, saying like test match, high quality rugby rather than a negative fear of loss. That's important for, I think, South African rugby, so it's, I think that's why there was some debate what the format of this competition was, and we've gone for this sort of really, really hard option. And I hope it produces the right results.